everyone, for this video, let's try to derive the geodesic equation in general relativity. First, let's define what is a geodesic. A geodesic is a straight line in a curved smooth manifold. As you can see here, this is the geodesic equation. Ito yung i-derive natin. Okay, so first, bakit nga ba natin kailangan ng geodesic equation? Okay, so halimbawa, we have here a smooth manifold here. Then we have a point A here and point B here. Then we try as much as possible na maglakad ng straight sa curved space. Okay, so yung curved space dyan at yung curved path from A to B, that is what we call a geodesic curve. Okay, so ano ibig sabihin nun? Halimbawa, punta tayo sa 2-sphere or sa Earth. Okay? Pag halimbawa, naglakad tayo ng straight path possible from A to B, let's call this point A. Then, let's call this point B. Okay? Pag naglakad tayo sa Earth, sa surface ng Earth, kahit anong gawin nating straight, pag tinignan yan, globally, ang path traveled from point A to B is curved. Kahit anong gawin natin, no? Kahit parang feeling mo straight path siya, in reality that is curved. Since nagta-travel tayo mismo sa curved manifold or sa curved space. Okay, so that is the meaning of geodesic. So for now, mag-umpisa tayo sa derivation by the line element d squared. So the line element is equal to the metric tensor of alpha beta multiplied by the differentials of the coordinate alpha and beta. And take note that your alpha and beta is equal to 0 to 3. Also, we are using the Einstein summation convention here. Ibig sabihin ng Einstein summation convention is that if we have repeated index, for example here, we have repeated index of alpha and beta, that implies a summation. Okay? So, in order to find the geodesic equation, we use the variational principle, in which states that freely falling test particles follow a path between two fixed points in space-time. Okay, so let's define a proper time. D tau squared is given by negative d squared, since our geodesic should be in time-like. And we are using here, assuming that the speed of light is equal to 1. So formally, we have integrating this equation from points A to B, that will give us the proper time AB is equal to the integral from A to B square root of our line element d squared, or that is also equal sa integral of negative the metric tensor multiplied by the differentials of coordinates alpha and beta. Now, in order to write this an integral that we can compute, we consider a parameterized word line defining our coordinate x alpha is a function of parameter sigma, where our parameter sigma at point A is equal to 0 and our parameter at point B is equal to 1. Then we can write this equation as the tau from A to B, point A to B, integral of square root ng metric tensor G alpha beta multiplied by the differentials of coordinate alpha and beta. So now, in terms of the parameter sigma, okay, in terms of parameter sigma, pwede tayong mag-multiply sa loob niyan ng d sigma squared over d sigma squared, or that will give us the integral from 1 to 0 square root ng negative of the metric tensor G alpha beta, then yung differentials ng A and ng alpha and beta coordinates, then multiplied by the square of the differential of our parameter. Okay? So that will also give us square root of negative the metric tensor then pwede na nating ilabas yung d sigma squared sa labas, d sigma. So finally, using the principle of least action, this can be equated to the Lagrange. Let's call that L. So now we have our proper time, tau AB, can be equal to the integral of the Lagrangian d sigma. Also, we can see here that our Lagrange can be written as a form of the differentials of proper time over differential of our parameter. So our Lagrangian L is equal to d tau d sigma. Magagamit natin to later. Also, defining a smooth function f of tau and the parameter sigma. Then using chain rule, define. Then using chain rule, we have the differential of our function f with respect to the parameter sigma is given by df d tau d sigma. But note that this equation is also our Lagrange. So finally, we have df d sigma is equal to the Lagrange multiplied by df d tau. Magagamit natin to later sa pag-derive. Okay, so next is using variational methods as seen in classical dynamics. We obtain the Euler-Lagrange equations in the form the Euler-Lagrange equation negative d sigma of the partial of the Lagrange added to the partial of the Lagrange with respect to the coordinate gamma is equal to 0. This is the Euler-Lagrange equation. So now, ang kailangan natin gawin is to find this term and this term. Then, apply natin tong Euler-Lagrange equation. So, anong kailangan gawin? So, una natin kailangan gawin is to find the partial of Lagrange with respect to the coordinate gamma. So, kailangan natin gawin is that the partial of the Lagrange with respect to the coordinate gamma is given by, take note that our Lagrange is also equal to this equation, no? Kaya nga natin siya napalitan na, kaya nga itong equation, naging ganito, kasi we are using variational principle. Thus, meron pala tayong Lagrange, o sulat muna natin dito, para hindi tayo malito, no? Meron nga pala tayong Lagrange is equal to the square root of the metric tensor and the differentials of the coordinate alpha and beta with respect to parameter sigma. Okay, so ang kailangan natin gawin is to find the partial derivative of our Lagrange with respect to coordinate gamma. So, ang mangyayari is we have, using chain rule, we have 1/2 multiplied by the negative of the metric tensor raised to negative 1/2 multiplied by the differential of the metric tensor with respect to the coordinate gamma, that is then since this is constants in terms of the coordinate gamma, so gagawin natin dyan ay sulat na lang. But we know that this is also equal kay Lagrange. Ayun siya. So finally, pwede mo pala itong i-rewrite as 1/2L multiplied by the negative of the partial derivative of the metric tensor respect to the coordinate gamma multiplied by the derivative of coordinate alpha and beta with respect to sigma. Then, since we are talking about the proper time, pwede nating palitan si d tau or si d sigma. Ito, pwede natin itong palitan in terms of d tau. Or that is equal to, meron tong, in terms of d tau, that is, or d lambda, or d sigma, that is d tau over Lagrange. So finally, ito palang d tau ay, or d sigma, is equal to d tau over Lagrange. Or that will result in the equation so palitan natin ito ng mas magandang L. So that will result in the equation negative partial of the metric tensor partial coordinate multiplied by the Lagrange d tau multiplied by the Lagrange the coordinate beta d tau. So finally, makakancel ang isang Lagrange, then ito ay magiging isa na lang. Okay, so meron pala tayong equation na negative Lagrange over 2 multiplied by the partial derivative of the metric tensor with respect to the coordinate gamma, then our derivative of the coordinate alpha and beta with respect to our time parameter or proper time tau. So, ayan na yung first or yung term na to sa Euler-Lagrange. Ito yun. Okay. So, we have here your partial derivative of the Lagrange with respect to some coordinate gamma is given by this equation. Okay. So now to find this term right here, kailangan ulit nating isolve siya. So for the partial of the Lagrange with respect to the differential of the gamma coordinate and the changes on the parameter sigma, that is equal to, again, that will equal to negative 1/2 of L. Saan to galing? Dito sa equation na to. Ito, sa chain rule. Then, since we are differentiating with respect to the coordinate gamma with respect to the changes in the parameter sigma, we can write it as the Kronecker delta. Thus, this is the metric tensor alpha beta multiplied by using the Leibniz rule. So, meron tayong dx beta per d sigma, then multiplied by the Kronecker delta plus multiplied by the Kronecker delta beta gamma. Then transferring this metric tensor inside the parenthesis, we can write this as the negative 1/2 de Lagrange multiplied by the metric tensor plus the metric tensor multiplied by the coordinate alpha with respect to our parameter sigma. So finally, okay, since all of these indices are just a dummy, okay, so we can write this as negative 1/L or the Lagrange multiplied by the metric tensor alpha gamma multiplied by the differential of the coordinate alpha with respect to our parameter sigma. Okay, so now, etong part na to, we need to differentiate that with respect to our parameter sigma. So for now, so to find the negative derivative with respect to sigma of this function, the Lagrange with partial of the Lagrange with respect to the derivative of the coordinate gamma with respect to sigma is equal to, meron kang, since ito na yon, ito ay ito na, so ilalagay na lang natin siya sa equation. So meron na tayo ngayong negative dd sigma multiplied, or that is negative 1 over the Lagrange times the metric tensor multiplied by the differential of the coordinate alpha with respect to sigma. Since ito ay multiplication of negative, so, or that is the constant, pwede na natin itong ilabas. Constant tong negative 1, ilabas, mamumultiply siya sa negative, so magpa-positive. So, finally, that will give us the Lagrange. Also, again, we will change this sigma with our equation in terms of d tau and Lagrange, or that is d sigma is d tau per Lagrange. So, from, lagay natin dito, d sigma is d tau divided by d Lagrange. So, meron pala tayo dito, or dito na lang natin ilagay. From d sigma is equal to d tau over d Lagrangian, we have here our equation, d Lagrangian multiplied by the derivative with respect to tau of the metric tensor alpha gamma Okay, so finally, again, using the Leibniz rule, that is the product rule. Okay, so that is the sum of the product of the metric tensor alpha gamma plus the total derivative of the metric tensor with respect to d tau multiplied by the total derivative of the alpha parameter or alpha coordinate with respect to d tau. Okay? Thus, this will equal to, again, copy lang natin tong part na to. Plus, meron tayong, mag-chain rule tayo kay metric tensor. Okay, since we know that the metric tensor is in terms of coordinate x, so thus the partial of a metric tensor alpha gamma with respect to some coordinate, let's call that beta, then multiplied by that coordinate with respect to d tau, then copy lang natin tong alpha coordinate. Okay, so finally that is equal to this equation. Now, okay, so pwede natin tong i-decompose ng summation since our indices are just dummy, no? So pwede natin siyang i-decompose ng 1/2 nito plus 1/2. So meron yun. So what is the meaning of that? So let's write. So meron tayong, thus we have the equation of the Lagrange. Again, copy lang natin tong part na to. Meron tayong alpha gamma d squared x alpha over d tau squared. Plus, now, ito na yung sinasabi natin i-decompose, no? So, meron tayong 1/2 ng partial ng metric alpha gamma per partial with respect to the beta coordinate. Then, ganun ulit, since that is just a dummy index. Multiplied by dx alpha per d tau, dx beta per d tau. So, this is also equal to this, no? Dinicompose lang natin siya. Okay? So finally, this is the equation of the first term in the Euler-Lagrange equation. Okay? So ito na pala yung isang kailangan nating equation. So finally, plugging in that equations in the Euler-Lagrange equation of motion here. So ilagay na natin, meron na tayo na to, and also we have this. Okay, so we can now plug that in the Euler-Lagrange equation. Or that is equal to the negative dB sigma partial of the Lagrange respect to coordinate gamma plus partial of the Lagrange with respect to gamma is equal to 0. Since again, we have here the equation for this and the equation for this, we can now substitute that in our Euler-Lagrange equation. Or that will give us is equal to the Lagrange multiplied by the metric tensor plus 1/2 ng partial with respect to the coordinate beta minus Lagrangian over 2 multiplied by the partial of the metric with respect to coordinate gamma Now rearranging that term in this equation, we can have the equation of the metric tensor alpha gamma is equal to 1/2 of the partial of the metric gamma minus 1/2 multiplied this by the differential of the coordinate alpha and beta with respect to proper time tau. So finally, we can factor out this term right here. So we can have negative 1/2 of the partial of the metric alpha gamma with respect to beta plus partial of the metric lambda beta with respect to alpha, and finally minus the partial of the metric alpha beta with respect to gamma, then multiplied by the differentials of the metric or coordinate alpha and beta with respect to tau. So finally, again, since alpha is a dummy index, palitan natin yung alpha ng delta. So, magiging ang equation pala natin is equal to negative 1/2 ng partial of the metric delta gamma over partial of beta coordinate plus minus the metric multiplied by the differentials of the coordinate. So finally, this is equal to the negative of the metric alpha gamma multiplied by the Christoffel symbol or the connection coefficient alpha delta beta multiplied by the differential of delta with respect to d tau and beta with respect to d tau, where we define the Christoffel symbol, where the Christoffel symbol or the connection coefficient satisfies the equation of the metric is equal to 1/2 ng partials of the metric. Now, since the Christoffel symbol is symmetric in its lower indices, or ibig sabihin nun wala siyang torsion free. Kailan mawawala ng torsion free? Meron tayong Einstein-Cartan. Okay. Thus, we have we can solve the Christoffel symbols by introducing the Christoffel symbol by introducing the Kronecker delta. But that is not part of this video. Actually, dito pa lang na-solve na natin yung or na-derive na natin si geodesic equation. So after this, that is equal to this, we can write finally we have your second differential of the coordinate alpha with respect to the proper time tau is equal to the negative of the connection coefficient or the Christoffel symbol alpha delta beta multiplied by the delta coordinate with respect to tau multiplied by the beta coordinate with respect to tau. So this is now our geodesic equation. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you so much.